On Diego.
Going good. How's it going?
Awesome, dude. So give me the rundown, man. Tell me about yourself, your business, what you're trying to do, and how I can help you.
Quick rundown. So I'm actually new to the construction world. Well, not totally new, but
Hmm.
the business is newer. I think I created the LLC around 4 months ago. I've done most of the basic stuff as far as set up the website, set up Instagram, Facebook accounts, do most of the basic marketing things.
Huh?
It's a business that I'm actually running with one of my uncles. Our plan is to actually now, beginning of this year, just start running up leads and start running up jobs. So I'm pretty much in a phase where I'm just learning a bit of everything and trying to make everything come together.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Okay. So did you build your website yourself?
yeah, I did.
Nice, dude. It looks pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Where did you learn how to do it?
So I work at a software company right now, and I do marketing and sales at that company.
Okay.
We sell data and analytics software, but I learned a bit of WordPress through that job.
And then like what about as far as knowing like what pages to do and all that? Like where'd you learn that part?
Just looking at competition and literally just copying whatever the top people around us do.
Awesome, man.
That's it.
Well, you definitely did a good job. You covered a lot of the bases. And
Yeah.
so good job on that. What are the big questions you have right now?
Really, my main goal right now is where can I start generating leads? Like I have a set amount of budget right now that I want to throw into marketing, which is 5 to 7 grand. And I'm trying to figure out if I should put that into Angie's, Thumbtack, or if I should invest it into more SEO, LSA, or Google Ads. So that's really my main question right now. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Well, let's just take a look.
Alrighty. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I love doing these things. Okay, so we're on your website. Let's go to here. So is this your Google listing right here?
Yep.
All right. So let's see. This is a tool I use called Local Falcon, and I'll explain what it does here in a minute. Are you familiar with it already?
Yeah, I think I used it like maybe a year or 2 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. So let's see if we can find you. All right, so you're gonna be that one right there.
Yeah.
All right, so is that where you're located?
Yes.
Okay, so you're in kind of the southeastern part of Kansas City. And then like what are the main types of jobs you're trying to get?
Bathroom remodels, basements, and decks.
Builder. All right, so let's run those scans. While those are going, I'm gonna give you like basic Google 101. You probably know a lot of this stuff, but
Mhm.
just got to make sure that we're on the same page. So if I'm a homeowner, I don't know anybody to work with, I don't have any referrals, I'm going to go to Google. It's like what 90% of people do. And I'll type
Yeah.
in something like plumber near me and Google search. Google's going to break the search page down into four sections. So this top section, the first thing it shows me, this is local service ads. So these
Mhm.
companies made a deal with Google. Google puts them up here at the top. If I call them, they pay for that call. For a plumber, it's probably like $50. For like a bathroom remodel, could be like 50 to 150. Just depends on how much other companies around you are willing to pay.
Gotcha.
So
Mhm.
if local service ads is something they're going to show me, they're always going to show me that first. Google wants to sell leads directly when they can.
Okay.
The second ad I see, you can tell it's an ad because it says sponsored. This is a Google ad, so this is pay per click. So similar deal, except if I click on this, they're going to pay for that click, probably like $15. Again, clicks can range from $3 to $300, just depends on how much other companies are willing to pay. So those are the two paid ways that these companies are on Google. The third section is Google Maps. So this is organic, meaning they didn't pay to be here. They're here because Google's decided that they're the best options to show me based off of three factors. So the first one is proximity, how close they are to me. The closer they are, the more likely they are to show up. The
Mhm.
second is relevance. Google's showing me plumbing companies because I look for a plumber. For a company like yours, if somebody searches for decks and you want to show up for decks, you got to be relevant for that.
Mhm.
Bathrooms, you got to be relevant. So you have a lot of things to be relevant for, where a plumber might just need to be relevant for like plumbing.
Yep.
And then the third factor is trust. So not just does Google think you're trustworthy in general, but does Google trust the information it has on you? So that's a lot of what SEO is
Mhm.
Google sees everything on the internet and it looks at your company and it says, okay, so this is the name, the address, phone number, this is all the stuff we know about them. And everywhere they show up online. It could be Yelp, Angie, some directory, Facebook.
Mhm.
All the information's the same everywhere. So we trust the information we have. So we're going to show them, we're going to be more likely to show them. If they look
Gotcha.
around and they see that there's 5 different addresses and 3 different phone numbers you've used over the years, all scattered around, Google's going to be like, well, we don't really know if we trust the info we have, so we're not going to show it.
Mhm.
So you being a new company, like, your stuff's brand new. So you're probably aware of everything that you've put on the internet so far. So
Yeah.
hopefully it lines up, but you just want to make sure of that.
Gotcha. And
So
I have
that's
I have a question. So I see that the top companies they have 200 plus reviews, but there is
mhm,
that one company with just 10 reviews on there. Do you know why
mhm.
that might be?
So Google is showing me these companies based off of how close they are, the relevance and the trust.
Yeah.
That reviews might be like a small part of that equation. So these guys, Encore, they're probably really close to my location, which is why they're showing up.
Got it. Got it.
Google Maps is the third section. The fourth section is organic search. This is what Google looked like 15, 20 years ago before they added all this other stuff.
Mhm.
So the best that you can possibly do on Google is to show up on local service ads, Google Maps, and organic search. Some of our clients have like multiple Google listings, so they'll show up 2 or 3 times here.
Yeah.
And like that's the absolute best you could do. So I always like to start at like what's the and then work your way back to like where you are now. So you're just getting started.
Got it.
So typically for a modeling company, the best place to show up is Google Maps. And there's a lot of people out there. I'm one of them. I skip ads. I almost never click on ads. Do you click on ads?
Yeah, rarely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the majority of people, I skip ads. I know Google's always good at showing me what I'm looking for. So I go down here below the ads, and I also shop on Amazon a lot. So my brain cues into these reviews. And the first thing I see is that this company's got more reviews than these two, and they have a 5-star rating. So once my brain sees like who's got the most best reviews, then I start reading the name of the company. And for a remodeling company, well, for a plumbing company, people will
Mhm.
click on this, they'll read a few reviews. If it checks out, they'll probably just call from here
Yeah.
because they have their drain, they need their drain unclogged or something. For a remodeling company, it's a lot bigger of a deal. People spend a lot more time doing their homework before they call you. So they'll
Mhm.
read your reviews, then they'll click over to your website, they'll look at that, your pictures, read about you, and they'll probably compare you with a couple other companies and have, multiple tabs open, and they can do that for a couple hours, days, weeks, months. I had one lady tell me one time that she had had our website and 2 others open for a year, and then her husband finally gave her the go ahead for the kitchen remodel, and then she picked us because she liked our website.
Yeah.
So some of these people will sit there and think about it forever, but those are the best leads to get because by the time she called me, she already knew me. She knew me for a year before she ever talked to me. Like
Mhm.
she wanted to work with me already. And those are always the best leads to deal with. And those are the kinds that you can get through Google Maps.
Gotcha.
Somebody who calls you through local service ads, they didn't do as much homework. They clicked the ad, they read some reviews, and then they called you, chances
Mhm.
are. And
Yeah.
so for remodeling, especially, that lead's going to be a lot further away from hiring you. And so you'll have to do more work to introduce yourself and let them know who you are and how you work and gain their
Mhm.
trust. You'll probably have to compete more heavily with a few other contractors because these types of people will just call the first 3 they see and then get bids. And then that's how they do their homework is they get bids. I prefer to work with people who do their own homework and then get a bid from me. Oftentimes it's like I'm the only one they're getting right now. Like
Yeah.
that's what I like. So Google Maps, you can see there's 3 companies here. That's position 1, 2, and 3. So let's go back to local Falcon, see if these are done. They are. So let's go to this one. This is for Deck Builder. And then this was a scan on your company. So
Gotcha.
what this is showing me is for somebody located in each one of these dots, how well
Mhm.
did you rank on Google Maps? And if you're a 1, 2, or 3, that's an area where people will see you and read your reviews and potentially
Mhm.
become leads. If you're a 4 or higher, you will get almost no leads from that area. And
Mhm.
that's just how Google Maps works. So you can see you're already ranking a little bit, which is really solid. That means that the
Mhm.
things that you've done so far are working. You're like 3 months into it. You only have
Mhm.
2 reviews. Like you're not really competitive yet, but you're heading in the right direction.
Got it.
I can see like what did I do? I did basement remodel. I spelled it wrong, but it doesn't matter. And then I did
Mhm.
bathroom remodeler. So for basement, you're not really ranking at all. For
Hmm.
bathroom, you're ranking a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And so what this tells me is I've done this so many times that I can look at what you've done so far, your website and everything. I've
Hmm.
I've got another tool where I looked at some of your SEO. I can see that you've just barely scratched the surface and
Yeah.
you're already getting some results. So this is feedback from Google basically telling me what's up. And I
Hmm.
can see that you're already starting to rank in like a bubble about yay big,
Yeah.
which is solid. That means if you did more SEO for bathroom remodels, that your bubble, where you rank one, two, and three could be about that big, probably a little bigger, but like that's the bubble that's forming already. For basements, you're not showing up.
Hmm.
I don't know if you have a page on your website for basements yet, but if you push that harder, you'll develop a bubble for that. Same
Got
with
it.
decks. For decks is what you're doing the best at so far. And it's
Hmm.
probably because your competition for decks is weaker. And so it'd be
Hmm.
easier to beat them.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so what the cool thing about this tool is we can actually spy on some of these guys and see like how big their bubble is. And as I click through, you'll notice like everyone's got a bubble around them. That's
Hmm.
because of the proximity thing. Like these companies over here will never show up on Google Maps on the other side of Kansas City. It'll never happen because there's probably 250 contractors between the customer and their location that Google could show. So why would Google show someone so far away? If it worked like that, Google would just show someone in New York City or something. Like it doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
So Google's trying to show people close by. These guys are pretty close to you. And so they're going to be one of your competitors. You're located right here. So I can click on these. I can see who's ranking there already. Like I know that with our marketing services, we could get you showing up as one of these three. And then I just look at who else is showing up to see how many reviews you need. So
Got it.
basically, like for this spot, if you had 47 reviews, you'd be winning in this spot. Over in this area, it's the same guy, 47 would win. If you go up that way, you're getting closer to these guys. They have 119, so a little bit harder. There's Boyd again. And so just based off of this for decks, oh, here's
Hmm.
one 213. So those guys are pretty good. They're kind of down here though, so they'll never show up over here. And so for decks, like 47 reviews gets you on the playing field in a really strong way. Like if you had a bubble around you, like Boyd, and you had
Hmm.
47 reviews, like you'd be getting leads for decks on a regular basis.
Got it.
If we look at like basement remodel, who else is showing up? So we've got KCBR, 210
Hmm.
reviews. Like they're pretty strong. They're actually the top dog in this area, and they've got some overlap. So you might be able to rank down here where they don't, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they're gonna rank in the same area as you. So for basement, it's like they're pretty good, pretty strong competitor. You got
Hmm.
these guys all pro. So I would consider 200 reviews to be medium competition. Sometimes I see like 3,000 reviews, and when you see that, it's like kind of a little heartbreaking 'cause it's like, how the hell am I ever going to get 3,000? If you put your mind to it, you could get over 200 in a couple years if you put your mind to it.
Gotcha.
This is a dude that we work with. He's been in
Hmm.
business for about 14 months. He's got 180 reviews.
Hmm.
For the most part, he was working by himself and he just hustles it. So that's like my one of my main pieces of advice for you is like you got to hustle reviews.
Hmm.
Anyone and everyone you know on this planet who will say that you're honest and reliable and that you'll do good work, go get them to leave a review. Certainly, every single customer that you can possibly ask for a review, get one. If there's three people in the household, get all three of them to leave a review. Like it has to just become part of your processes on everything. Like the job isn't over till you get that review. Because
Got
no
it.
matter what you do, reviews become more important every day.
Hmm.
Let's look at bathrooms. So for bathrooms, you're dealing with those same other couple of guys
Hmm.
like Bath Pro. So you'll often have companies that just do bathrooms. So far, what I'm looking at is like decks are one of the easier opportunities to shoot for.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to win. You could probably like if you had 47 reviews, you could probably get quite a few decks going.
Hmm.
And then there'll be other like kitchens would be another one. Fences. If you're open to it, I would also consider marketing for handyman stuff. If I was starting over in the remodeling game, I would hit handyman super hard. I'd go in, try to do those little tiny projects done in a couple hours. I would try to win that customer for life, meaning I would say, hey, we do all kinds of remodels, additions. We could do everything you need. You know that we're awesome because you're dealing with me right now. Do you need an
Yeah.
estimate for a bathroom, kitchen, deck, anything? Take a picture of our card. It's got all our services, and our phone is a
Mhm.
special customer phone number. Call it. I'll know you're a customer. We'll get to you really quickly. I would do everything I could to make it so no matter what they need in the future, they never go to Google. They always call me first. And then I'd
Got
get the
it.
review too. And I could go do 2 or 3 handyman gigs a day, get 2 or 3 reviews a day, and then one of them would have me do an estimate for a bathroom or something. And
Hmm.
so you could really build a lot of remodeling momentum going after those little tiny jobs that I guarantee most of your competitors, like these guys, KCBR, like I
They
would
just
bet
don't
you
take them.
$500 they won't touch a small
Yeah.
handyman thing. They only want big projects. And that's how most remodelers are. And I don't blame them,
Hmm.
but they miss out on a ton of opportunities because so many handyman guys will go out, make the customer happy, and now when that customer needs their kitchen remodel done, they just call the handyman guy.
Yeah.
So I would consider that. You just throw a handyman page on your website,
Hmm.
and try to get some of those kinds of jobs. So when you do all that, like SEO, get reviews, like you'll have a bubble around you and you'll be doing pretty good. At that
Hmm.
point, like as soon as you start to get some reviews built up, 2 isn't really enough. You should sign up for the local service ads. And so you can
Hmm.
do it right now and it's not a bad idea.
Hmm.
It takes a couple weeks, but you get on here, Google will pop you up here at the top and you start buying calls. With 2 reviews, you probably won't get very many calls,
Yeah.
but you only pay if you get a call. So if you don't get any calls, it's no harm, no foul. Like it's not risky. The
Hmm.
only thing to really consider is if you do when you do get a call, like you need to answer it every single time. You got to answer it. You have to give those people a good experience because if you miss a few calls, Google's like, oh, well, this guy misses calls. Like, we're not going to send them calls anymore. And so if you're going to do it, you got to be committed to answering those phones every time. But if you got up to like 50-ish reviews, like your
Hmm.
local service ads will start working for you. You'd be able to get some calls. And that's what I would do for a while is like SEO, local service ads, hammer those reviews,
Hmm.
try to get in people's lives. Like this is a referral card. It says
Yeah.
250 for you, 250 for a friend. Giving these to everybody. Like make it so whenever you do get a customer from Google, you hold on to that customer forever and you try to sell them other stuff and you try to get referrals from them and you put a yard sign in their yard and you just get super sticky on all
Hmm.
their stuff. And then the online stuff it'll be like the fuel, but all of that back end stuff will be the fire. And that's how you can really grow fast
Hmm.
and make quick progress.
Got it. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. And would you suggest, as far as for LSA, marketing the handyman services
I would do
instead of
both. Yeah, just experiment with it. You can choose different categories. If you really need jobs, like maybe start with a bunch of categories and see what comes in.
yeah.
And you can see how much the leads cost
Hmm.
and figure out what works. Maybe there's a certain category that works better than the others just because you have less competitors using local service ads for that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know you didn't mention Angie or Thumbtack. Would you say those are worth paying for leads? Is it something that you see has worked for some people?
Yes, yeah, it definitely works for some people. Most
Mhm.
people don't like it.
Yeah.
The How it works is like Angie. Like Angie sells you leads. So where does Angie get the leads? Angie often will pay for Google ads
Yeah.
and they'll try really, really hard. Like here's Yelp. They'll try really hard to rank down here. And
Hmm.
they'll just do everything they can to get the leads from Google and then resell them to you.
Gotcha.
Angie also gets a ton of leads from like blogs and just other websites.
Yeah.
And like there's even like Facebook ads. Like there's a video on my channel where a friend of mine saw a Facebook ad for Anderson Windows
Yeah.
and it said something like get a government rebate when you install Windows. They filled out that form and then like 3 minutes later, some contractor called them who had bought their info from Angie. So Angie's getting these leads from all over the place and they sell them to you. And so
Hmm.
most of them won't answer the phone and most of them won't really know what's going on. They won't know how you got their info. They'll be grumpy that you're calling them because there's like 3 other guys calling them at the same time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you can't get customers with it. It's just that you'll need to get like 30 leads to get a customer or two, and you'll
Hmm.
have to call these people like every day over and over. You'll have to deal
Mhm.
like, so if you have, I usually would push that to later. Like if you're maxing out Google, but you have a
Yeah.
sales team and you need to fill their time with leads,
Hmm.
then definitely like eventually you'll buy leads from wherever you can get them because you have salespeople who will literally just call all day long and
Hmm.
just burn through them. So, you're a sales guy, so maybe you have the capacity to just like take a list of 100 leads and just work them and work them and work them and try to squeeze out a few customers. Most of the people I work with are like, they're a small company, they do a lot of the work themselves. Like, they don't have time to be calling
Hmm.
people all day and getting a bunch of garbage leads. And so they get really frustrated because they want to cancel and stop it. But usually you have to sign long-term contracts with companies like Angie, and it just gets kind of messy because when Angie gets you, they don't want to let go,
Yeah,
and they'll
I
tell you
got you.
anything to get you to sign up. So they're not my favorite companies, but
Hmm.
maybe like 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 30 of people I talk to about it say that they got pretty good results with it. And so I can't
Yeah.
say it never works.
But the odds are very, very small.
Yeah, well, the odds are small, and I think what it is you just have to be ready to really be a good salesperson. Like
Yeah.
you gotta be so thorough with these leads. Like you filled out my form, I texted you like 2 minutes later
Yeah.
because like I get a notification, and I know that if I don't get to you in a couple minutes, chances are by tomorrow, like you're gonna be moving on, and that's how these are too. Like when you get a lead through Angie, they sent their info to you and a couple other
Hmm.
companies. And a lot of the companies that use Angie, they hire call centers,
Yeah.
and these call centers will call them within 10 seconds. They'll call them and leave a voicemail every day for 4 days, and then they'll call every week for like 4 weeks. And I
Hmm.
know because I've tested it, and I'll get calls from the same company, but it's a different person every week. And I
Hmm.
can hear the other people in the background. And it's because
Oh,
that's what you have to do with those kinds of leads. Like you have to hit them over and over and over and over again. So I prefer to start with Google,
yeah.
and like the cards like this, and like every time you get a customer, go up and down a few houses on each side of the street, knock on the
Hmm.
door, introduce yourself, say, "Hey, I'm Diego. We're going to
Hmm.
be here in next month remodeling your neighbor's kitchen. We're going to have trucks and things parked out in the street. So if anybody's ever in your way, here's my card. Give me a
Hmm.
call. If anyone's ever in your way or anything, I'll take care of it immediately." And you're introducing yourself because you can even say like, if you're in the market for a bathroom remodel, like I can give you an estimate right now, and if you jump on board, we can give you a really good price because we're already going to be next door next month.
Yeah.
And you can try to turn every job into another one.
Hmm.
And if you do little things like that, get the reviews every time, use the referral cards, knock on the neighbors' doors, give everyone a really good experience, like it'll start to multiply really quick, and you won't have to
Hmm.
sweat the marketing stuff too much. Like the marketing will bring in enough in the front door, and then you'll turn them into more on the in the back end, and you can
Hmm.
cruise. And that's really all it takes. Like that's what the most successful companies are doing. There's no
Got
like magic sauce, there's no magic strategy. Everybody has to do it the same way these days. Google's
it.
king. Like if you play the game right, like you can win. And most of
Hmm.
your competitors won't be super good at this stuff.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you. Very solid advice. So, I mean, like you said, what I'll start doing now is get the LSA set up. I think I already did start setting that up. I think I'm in the process of doing the background check, if I'm not
Oh,
wrong.
okay. Awesome.
So I did see it takes a couple weeks, but once I get that set up, I will start with that and then go ahead and work on the SEO. Is there any chance you could send me? I know there's the note taker on here. I was wondering if you
Mm-hmm.
could send me that after the call as well.
Yeah, I could just send you the recording, and I'll send you the notes too.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of videos on my channel. I talk about this stuff all the time. So
Yeah.
like use my channel. I show examples. Like you already did a good job, like kind of copying what you saw working. Like
Yeah.
that's most of what it is. If you do nothing but go get reviews, like you'll be solid. So
Cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, I have been binging your videos. I probably watched like 5 videos today, and I was like, no, I'm gonna fill that form out. So
awesome,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I mean, as far as SEO, what would you suggest that I focus on? I did a couple backlinks, but I'm not
Hmm.
sure if that really works or
Yeah. So I imagine you're using AI, right?
yeah.
What AI do you use?
I think. So for the backlinks, I actually hired somebody off Fiverr, and
Uh-huh.
then I think I used this one AI tool. I forgot the name of the tool, but you put your website into it, and then it like pretty much scans everything and gives you a report of like what links are broken,
Oh, okay.
backlinks there are. I forgot the exact name. I think I got an email from them like yesterday. So,
So I would say, like for backlinks, like try
mhm.
to find some good local things. Like Chamber of Commerce is a good example. If you join the Chamber of Commerce, you can get a profile and a link to your website. And that kind of link is like really good. Like Google values
Okay.
that. You could go on Fiverr and buy a million links from randos, but most of them won't help you
Mhm.
because Google's trying really hard to like ignore all the spam, especially
Yeah.
with AI. Like there's like someone told me the other day like 97% of the internet is already AI generated.
Yeah.
So I would go on less quantity and more quality, like
Okay.
any kind of local directories. If you can like if you as you develop relationships with other contractors, be
Hmm.
like, hey, any way that you could feature me on your website. If you can get links from other contractors in your area, like that's you can't really do much better than that. Our website at Adapt, we have a lot of our clients linked to our site, and
Hmm.
like so our domain rating is through the roof because we have a lot of real genuine websites that link to ours.
Okay,
So
cool. Yeah.
I'll just look for a few of those. Chamber of
Hmm.
Commerce, if you can join like a home builders or other remodeling associations,
Hmm.
try to get those. Obviously, like Facebook, it's okay to have a Yelp profile, maybe an Angie if when they're free, just to get
Yeah, I
those
did. I did
backlinks.
do a couple of those too.
But other than that, like feel free in a few months, like feel free to hit
Hmm.
me up and I'll do another scan and just take a look and see what I
Yeah.
see. But the main thing will be getting those reviews. Like you have
Mhm.
two, you'll never get anywhere with two. If you have 50, like now you're starting to get somewhere. So if you
Gotcha.
focus on those.
That's what I'll do. And thank you. I really appreciate it, Chuck.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you for taking your time and, explaining this because honestly, you did answer a lot of questions I had before the call.
Awesome. Well, I'm super happy to help and thanks for letting me
Yeah.
possibly put this online and keep me posted.
Alrighty. Thank you, Chuck. Really
All right.
appreciate it, man.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good
Have a
one.
good day.
Have a good day.
Hey, if you thought that call I did with Diego was helpful and valuable, I'd like to offer to do a call with you and take a look at your business and show you what I see, give you some tips on what you might do to get better results from your marketing. So find the link in the description or the top comment and fill out the form, and you'll get a text message from me to figure out what to do next.